when we were keeping God's commandments, like in the time of King David, King Solomon, King Saul, all of these men that you read about, right? Guess what? All of them was black too. All of them was black. They wasn't white like they try to portray them to be in these churches. Those are people that look just like you and me. Come on.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
He said he would set us on high. Come on.
Above all nations of the earth.
And that's what we were. We were above all nations upon the face of the earth. You remember what they called the Dark Ages? Have you ever heard of that before? Well, the Dark Ages is when we ruled all of Europe. So-called blacks ruled all of Europe. They call that the Dark Ages because why? We have dark skin. You see what I mean? But then when they took us over, that's where you ever heard of the Renaissance? That's where Renaissance means rebirth. Meaning rebirth of what? So-called white men. Because he wasn't ruling at first. We were. But we got away from God's laws and they took us down. Now, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. This is what happened. These are going to be some of the curses, the signs to let you see who we really are according to the Bible. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So if we chose not to keep none of God's laws, right, which we're doing now, our people are doing now, if we chose not to do that, what would happen?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And he said all these curses will come upon us and overtake us, right? Now when you read 15 through 68, these are all of the curses that came upon our people. I'm just going to read a few of them. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
It said, cursed shall we be in the city, and cursed shall we be in the field. Let's take this back to the 1700s, right? Even before then, 1400s. We were cursed in the city. How? Because we were always, you see these signs right here, where we were put up on auction blocks. We was hung and sold. Just like over here, they hung us and burnt us. All these different things, right? We were cursed in the city. Now, with those things happening, right, it said cursed in the field. We were picking in all the types of field, whether it be cotton, tobacco, what were some other things that we was in all these different fields, right? Now bring it up to today's time. Cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Look at the cities that we have populated. Everywhere you go, you know, whether it may be Atlanta or Georgia, whether it be Denver, whether it be Montana, who fills the ghettos? Black people do, right? Blacks and Hispanics. Cursed in the city. Look at the city that we live in now. We are the ones that are being forced to live in these conditions. This Bible fits us because we chose not to keep God's laws. So it said, cursed shall we be in the city, right? Read that.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And it says, and cursed shalt thou be in the field, right? Back then it was the cotton fields, right? Now we're talking about jobs. How hard is it for a so-called black or Hispanic man to get a job? Very hard, right? So we're cursed in the field. It's hard for us to get a job. It's easier for a white man with a record to get a job than it is for a black man that has a college education. Those are the things how we can see that we're cursed in the city and in the field. Today, what it is, people read this Bible, they're like, oh, that's old times. No, this is this time. These things are happening right now, today, in our lives. This Bible is living. We can read this and we can see these things happening in our lives right now. You see what I mean? Now jump down to verse 32.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
It said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. When we went on those slave ships, did all nations have their sons and their daughters given unto another people? No, not at all. The blacks in 1619 and Hispanics in 1492. Right. So now, because a lot of people try to say that, oh, Asians, they work for the railroads, right? But that was indentured. They came over here willingly. Right. What other nation was forced? What other nation had their children forcibly taken away? None. That's how we know this Bible is talking about us. Come on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Have you seen 12 Years a Slave? You remember when that lady kept crying because they took away her daughter? That's what happened to us.
Right.
It said, read that part again.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Because there was no might in her hand to get her daughter back, right? So then they'll say, well, that was old times, right? How do we bring that to today's time? Think about our children in the city. DHS. I like the brother right here. I like the way you're thinking. DHS. Those things are happening today. The system that they have us in, whether it be the prison system, guess what? We may get locked up on something. Guess what? Our parents don't have any might to get us back. Just like you said, DHS, they take us, we don't have no might. Those are the things happening today. And I'm glad that you can see these things. That means that what? That you have this understanding that we are just like, one of our brothers used to say this all the time. You got a brain, I got a brain. You can think just like I can think. These things are here for all of us. We just have to do the time, take the time out and read it for ourselves. You see what I mean?
Real quick, give me Psalms 83. Shalom, brothers, how y'all doing? What y'all are learning now is your real nationality. Now, I'm gonna be very blunt with y'all because first and foremost, y'all know me. White people been lying for a long damn time. They've been lying about who you are and where you really come from. We have to educate ourselves on who we are so that we can finally build as a people. Give me Psalms 83. I'm going to show you why they did this. Psalms 83 and 1.
Psalms chapter 83 verse 1.
Read.
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Read on.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
So the enemies of God have made an uprising, right? Watch what they did. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
It says, and the ones that hate God have become prideful. Read on.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
It says they took crafty counsel against God's people. Who's God's people, brothers? You are. So you have another people that have taken crafty counsel to come against you, God's people. Well, let's see what they did. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Come on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
How can somebody cut you off from being a nation? Here's an example. Can you tell somebody they're not Chinese no more? No. You can't do that. Can you tell a so-called Caucasian man he ain't Irish? No. But it says they did it. That they came together under a crafty council to figure out how they can make Israel no longer be a nation. You know how they did that? Exactly. They took your history from you. Both of you, I know exactly what y'all learned. And in that system, in that school system that they teach you, they tell you that our history starts in slavery. All we know is that we niggas, we was in Africa, we was chilling one day, and some white folks came and got us. Your history is far deeper than that. The reason why they erased your history, because when you realize that you ain't a nigga, that you ain't African American, guess what happens now? When you come back to this, prophecy is being fulfilled. Right now, God is waiting on you to wake up before he comes back and takes this world back. Now watch this, read on. It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Read.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel. Israel ain't talking about the land. Israel ain't talking about the land of Israel. Our daddy's name was Israel. That's who we all descended from. What you know today is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We all come from him. Read.
May be no more in remembrance.
We don't even remember how real daddy is. Ain't that jacked up? You got a son, right? You got a kid yet? Imagine what would happen if they took your son, they took your child from you, right? And made him forget who he was or where he came from. Imagine if they took your child and said, you know what? No, you're not Israel no more. You're Jenkins. Your last name is Jones. You Dewberry, right? That's what they did to us. They erased our history and made us think that, okay, our history starts here. So now what do? We assimilate. We try to figure out how to live peaceably in this nation. We are all prisoners of war. Y'all don't understand the history? Imagine right now if China invaded America, took everybody and put them on ships and took them back to China and enslaved them. What would everybody's goal be to do? All right, brother, appreciate you listening. What would be their goal? What would the American goal to do? to try to get back to America, to become a nation again, right? So why is it that I'm looked at as a threat whenever I'm telling my young brothers, my sisters, my family, we Israel, knowledge is power. And with that knowledge, they don't want you to have power. Because guess what? When we understood we were the Israelites, we ruled the world. When we kept God's commandments, we ruled the world. Now what do? They gave us some lion-ass Christianity talking about, oh, this is what God wants you to do. This is how God wants you to live. That is a saint. The white folks been lying since day one, because if you really realize who you are and what to do, Christ gonna come back and put his foot in their behind. Watch this. Give me Revelation 7.
Bring it out.
Revelation 7, start at verse 1.
Bring it out.
Check this out.
Revelation chapter 7 verse 1.
Come on.
And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Holding the 4 winds of the earth. These 4 angels right now they're literally up there, waiting on God's command.
Right.
Those 4 winds is talking about destruction.
Right. That's right.
They're waiting on God to say, all right, it's time to burn this place down. But watch, read.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their forehead.
It says, listen, don't destroy the earth until the servants of God have received that knowledge that you're talking about.
That's right.
That knowledge of them waking up and changing. Imagine what would happen to our people if we said, you know what, we're going to come back as who we are. We're going to come together instead of all this divided stuff. Matter of fact, y'all from here, what hood is over here? Hoovers is over here, right? Who's over there? Neighborhoods is over there. We divided. Why? Because you over here, you from this set, you from that set. All that stuff was crafty to keep us brainwashed and separated.
Bring it out.
Don't think for a second that this is not they doing. At one point in time, you remember back in the 60s, we stood with one another. What they tried to do is they tried to make it seem like racism wasn't real. They tried to make it seem like, oh, that's not there. Just worry about yourself. But now when you get where you want to be, you done forgot about where you from and your people and trying to go back to help your own. That's how they keep us divided. But watch this. God's saying, don't hurt the earth or the seas till the servants have been sealed and know who they are. Know that they Israel and keep my commandments. Read.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed.
Now I dare you to ask the Jehovah's Witness what this is really talking about. Read.
And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Take a look at that sign real quick. It says 144,000 out of all the tribes of Israel are going to be awakened. He's waiting on 144,000 men to wake up to who they are and come back to his laws. Read.
Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
You brothers, y'all just like me. We from the tribe of Judah. Judah was our daddy. When you read about the men in the Bible, you read about your family. Don't let these white folks lie to you talking about our history started in slavery. Once upon a time, the good white man came across the ocean blue and saved us from what? From ourselves, saved us from Africa, from the heat, from being outside. That's not how we was living, but that's how they want you to think we were living.
Right.
144,000 sealed. It said 12,000 out of Judah, 12,000 out of where?
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
So we don't gonna read it all down, but anyways, it's each tribe, 12,000 sealed out of each tribe. God is waiting on us to wake up to who we are.
Right.
He's waiting on us to come back. But are we gonna be able to do that as niggas? No.
Gotta come together.
We gotta come together. I got a question. And I may have asked you all this before. What if white folks called us monkeys? What if the term wasn't nigger, it was monkey? We'd be running around talking about, hey, monkey, what's up? That's my monkey right there, cuz. Would that be how we be talking? Yep.
That's what they brainwash.
They destroyed us. Give me that, Hosea 4. They destroyed our minds. And they did it through that crafty counsel. They know, if you don't know who you are, if you think you a nigga, if you think you from Hoover, you think you from Shotgun, you think you a blood, guess what? They can continue to rule this earth.
Right.
God said when his people wake up and come back to his laws, he gonna put us back on top. Right now, where are we at? First fired, last hired, inferior healthcare, inferior schooling. Why is it that our schools are always the ones up for debate? When it comes to budget cuts, why is it that all the black schools are the first ones to get cut? Y'all know this. Why is that? But they ain't doing that to Edmond District. What is it, Deer Creek? Please, for some reason, they got plenty of money in those school systems. But we can't even get pads for our football teams. We can't even get sufficient books. You can't let the kids take the books home because there ain't enough. Why is that? Because as long as you stupid to who you are, you'll never get where you need to be. What you got? Read that.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6.
Read.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Because we lack that knowledge of who we are, of ourselves, it says we're destroyed. We're destroyed. You're not going to make it to the kingdom of heaven just because you didn't know something, or you was guessing, or I was ignorant, Lord, I didn't know. It's your duty, your job to get this understanding.
Right.
Don't sit back and let white folks fool you your whole life. Gain that wisdom and learn how to navigate. I pray that I've showed y'all that example to where at least I can say, listen, bro, I ain't ever lied to you. I'm going to show you how to navigate through this nonsense. I'm going to show you how to become a better man and to help your own.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's what a man does. A man that is about his nation, that's what he does. He loves his people. He don't want to see his people fall. He don't want to see his people out here dying over what? Over nothing? Over a block? These Negroes don't cut a blade of grass on these blocks. But you talking about this my hood. It's time for us to fix ourselves.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.